Hi guys, welcome back to another weekly vlog and another movie review. For a long time I've not done any movie reviews for a while, especially new movies. And yes, I know it's been out for 2 weeks, and in some places people have even seen it about a month ago, and that is War for the Planet of the Apes. Now, I thought I'd just do my quick thoughts and what I thought about the movie. I might go into spoiler territories here, so you've been warned. Why? Just in case you've hit it. Spoilers alert, because if you haven't seen the movie, don't watch this, because I ain't doing a non-spoiler and a spoiler review. I'm just doing the whole thing, so I'm just going to tell you what I thought about it. As a fan of the original movies, like the original Planet of the Apes franchise, this, when Rise for the Planet of the Apes came out in 2011, I was pure, wowed by it, because I thought, they've established a new franchise, they've built a new entire... I just couldn't believe, how good that first movie was. James Franco was good in it, and just the whole story of how Caesar... who Caesar became to be basically. And then after that we went into Dawn. I thought I was in pictures to see Dawn. I thought Dawn was amazing. I thought, because normally the sequels, they don't do so well. But it topped. Dawn was way over my list. I thought, well, love Dawn. I was really impressed with Dawn. And then, of course, at the very end of Dawn, the first thing that you hear from Caesar's mouth is war's coming. And you knew right away. I knew sitting in that cinema that the next movie was going to be called War for the Planet. Well, War was going to be in the title. I thought it was going to be War off the Planet of the Apes, but it was War for the Planet of the Apes. So, I was right, almost. But yeah, they've been doing it every 2011, 2014, and now we're in 2017 where we've got War. If this is only a trilogy, this might be one of the best trilogies we've had in a long time. For me, the nearest one next to this would be the Dark Knight trilogy. That's my personal, one of the next trilogies I thought was awesome was the Dark Knight trilogy. A lot of people have a lot of issues with Dark Knight Rises and things like that, because they might see Batman Begins great, Dark Knight amazing film, but Dark Knight Rises not so much. For me, I liked all three. I thought all three was a perfect trilogy. It's another one Back to the Future is another one that I never thought I'd hear from people's lips that they don't think is a perfect trilogy. The perfect trilogy is what I'm talking about here, is things like The Godfather. The Godfather again, there's one again, right? But scrap that. The perfect trilogy is definitely Star Wars. Star Wars and The Lord of the Rings. These are three where each movie is great and they just get better. This might be, if this is a trilogy, this might be one of the best trilogies. If they leave it a trilogy, that is. And then again, we've got also another trilogy at the moment people forget is Toy Story. I know they're doing a Toy Story 4, but we'll not get into that at the moment, because at the moment you think this is a perfect trilogy, they should just left it. Anyway, right to War for the Planet of the Apes before I ramble on and talk about other films. Great movie. This is a great story into Caesar, and definitely Caesar's revolved. His speech has got better. You can hear it, and with his Dawn, he was, slowly getting there with speech, but his speech has evolved and got better. And of course, he runs into other apes. Spoilers here. Maurice starts to talk. He said something in Dawn for the Planet of the Apes. He said run, but it was more like run. Whereas this is, he actually says something, and it's amazing when Maurice actually speaks. Great character story, bringing in that new ape, Bad Ape, I think he's called. Great comedic. Mostly his comedic chops was the best. As a fan of all basically this new franchise, it's hard to say at this precise moment because I've only seen it once, but maybe if I watch it again. But this might be one of my favourites. At the moment, Dawn still stands. For me, it's definitely that. If I was to put it in category, it would be definitely from top to bottom. which probably like, I would say Rise, War, and then obviously Dawn being my number one. And yeah, guys, Woody Harrelson, really great in it. Love his portrayal. Was the last we had Franco, and obviously we had, what's his name? I forget his name. His name's escaped me for a minute there. But you know, I just felt that this was great. It was great to see, you know, Caesar really trust humans again. And of course, spoilers at the end. You know, we find out where they, you know, if you watch the original Planet of the Apes, when Charlton Heston arrives on the planet, he meets people that can't talk, people that can't speak. We find out why that is, why that's happening, which is great. I love the build up to that, why people aren't talking. Whereas Rise and Dawn explained that people were just dying off with the disease, and it never explored that. There was some survivors, but at least the survivors were having their own problems, which I felt was really quite good. Great, guys. It's a great movie. If you had not had a chance to see it, get out there now and get a chance to see it. Just go see it. I've heard through the grapevine that there's more stories to tell. If you have seen War, you will see where it ends. At least the apes have moved on. They're away from San Francisco and they're moving. The lake that you see, I'm not too sure, but that looks like the lake that Charlton Heston, you know, falls into. That looks like that lake. Could possibly be that lake. But one thing that Matt Reeves said, that there's a lot more story to tell involving, you know, new apes, the evolvement, you know, because if you watch the original, there's still a few years before Charlton Heston, I'd say, must be a good few years before Charlton Heston's character arrives in, you're basically in the planet. One good thing I think, that if they do another movie, maybe if they do another movie or two or whatever, say they do another movie, one thing I suggest at the end to wrap up, which would be a great thing that I feel like, if you watch Rise, you see Charlton Heston's rocket taking off, and the word lost in space is on the news, you know, because their shuttle got lost in space. Be great to end this movie franchise with a rocket just hitting the water. I feel that would be the greatest closure to this new Planet of the Apes. We don't have to see a remake of Charlton Heston. We just need to see how the apes, which was one of the things I felt that this one would have been great to see at the very end of just the way when it panned up and you saw the lake. I felt like, you know, the rocket could just land right there in that water. Would be a great scene. I'd be satisfied. But I know that the apes still have a lot more, you know, still more they're still to evolve a wee bit more. If you look at the apes in the 1960s movie compared to what we just saw in War, you know, they're standing upright. They're, you know, okay, it's guys in suits, and you know, but they've still got a wee bit more evolvement into humans. Some of them still don't speak. So there's a lot more, like, I'd say another few years before that happens. And if Matt Reeves does another one, it would be interesting to see, you know, if it isn't, like, indeed maybe the last one he does. Okay, it's, spoiler alert, it is the end of Caesar's story. You know, that trilogy is Caesar's trilogy, it is the end. But it'd be interesting to see, you know, remember that if you watched the original, you saw, like, the statue of Caesar, you know, so it'd be interesting to see them build that or make that. It'd be interesting to see them evolve in some way. Great movie overall. Satisfied. If they leave it a trilogy, I'd still be satisfied. I think you kind of know what's happening, but Matt Reeves said there's more stories to tell, so who knows? We'll all see and wait and see. Anyway, guys, that'll do it for this quick review of War for the Planet of the Apes. I just thought I'd give you my quick thoughts about it. Love the movie. Probably at this particular moment, it's definitely one of my favourite movies of 2017 for sure that I've seen. You know, I liked Wonder Woman, and until I see The Last Jedi, this at the moment stands for me. Anyway, guys, what do you think in the comments below what I've talked about? What do you think if they do another Apes movie? What would you like to see? Definitely, if I feel that the evolving to, like, how they became to be in the 60s movie would be a great thing. All these different apes generations, which basically they worship Caesar, as you see in the 60s. So definitely let me know in the comments below, do you think you'd love to see at the very end the closure, the rocket line in the water, or if indeed that was the lake you saw that he arrives in? You know, I mean, the one thing I do like about these New Planet Apes films are, if you watch them and rewatch them, as wee different nuggets of things like placed all over that are reminiscent to the original movies, which I just think is a wee nod. That's great. Anyway guys, that'll do it for this. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and till next time guys, take care and peace out.